The other big one that I see here right now is, could you please elaborate on OCI considerations related to Workforce 3? And yes, I can. So I think this is another one like managed solution. I think, don't overthink this. OCI is tough, but it is very fact specific. So the first thing I would say about OCI is, please, if you have any doubt, use the pre-screen process. We'll give you as much advice as we can. That's definitely meant to be a back and forth process. I would say to kick off the process, please give us whatever you're comfortable sharing, and we'll try to make the best determinations that we can as we go through that. We've done a pretty good job, I think, of limiting the access to those inside the wire companies that we've posted. So obviously you don't want those people on your team, and they understand that. I don't think they'll be trying to join teams. Other than that, no one really has. We've been very, very careful. So no one has access to any of our requirements, our IPT discussions. We've monitored all of that. So in terms of, biased ground rules, unequal access to information, those are not OCIs that we're concerned with. I think the biggest thing we have on this is going to be those impaired objectivity OCIs. And so it's difficult to mitigate those, and you can see, the volume of case law and all of that. I mean, it's just human nature, right? If you have the potential for being rewarded in a way that's not in the government's best interest, then you really can't fulfill your duty to give us unbiased advice. And so the biggest way that's going to come into play on this is going to be those folks who are on our product side, right? And so this Workforce 3 effort, you're going to be giving us a lot of advice about these products. You're going to be helping us measure the success, make decisions, potentially even help inform strategies on those things. And so if you're a member of one of these product teams, whether you're prime or sub, potential to get more work on that side is going to raise questions about your objectivity. Now, as I said, OCI is fact specific, but those are very difficult to mitigate, OCIs. So it's a high bar. And so what we want to accomplish with the pre-screening is to give you the best advice we can so that you can make business decisions. If you don't want to spend the money on BMP because you don't think that you can overcome a nice OCI bar, then you need to make that decision, right? And so we can't make any formal decisions until we actually get proposals, because at the end of the day, we can waive OCIs. If there's an OCI we can't mitigate it, we could waive it. And we might do that if a proposal is, so spectacular and delivers so much value that it just overcomes any problem with the OCI. And so, we don't know that until we get the proposals. That said, that's very, very unlikely to be the case. But we will try to give you an idea of where you sit in terms of how we perceive a potential for impaired objectivity. So I would ask you, whether you're planning to prime or sub, please use the pre-screen process. If you are a prime, please ask your potential teammates whether they have done that. If you have any doubt about whether they have participated on the product line side, just when in doubt, just use the process. We'll do everything we can to give you the best feedback we can. And so the final thing I would say about that is there is a word of caution. This question has come up a lot. We do have a joint EHR solution. We have one MHS Genesis. So, we consider that a product, and we will be considering, whether you have the potential to gain from that on any government contract, not just our own. So not to put too fine a point on it, but, that would include the Cerner partnership teams on the VA side. That's certainly not the only example, but it's the biggest example. So I just wanted to address that in this forum. Thanks.